Hey guys, Paul here from Learn Guitar Cafe. In this video, we're going to be looking at the best cheap looping pedal that I've found. Now, I've owned some expensive looping pedals ranging from 400 to 800 Australian dollars, with one well-known brand causing me nothing but problems. Now, to be fair, when Donna sent me this looper pedal to review and I saw the price, I was pretty skeptical. But I've been using the pedal now for about 3 months, and I got to say, it's all I need for what I do. I'm not into complex multiple loops, but in my mind, it's great for the following people. Solo guitarists looking for some simple backing, beginners who are getting into looping. My favourite, it's a great practice tool. It's so easy to store jams and ideas and find them quickly and offload them to a computer. Now, the thing I really love about this pedal is it's dead simple to use. I didn't need a manual and I was using it straight away. Now, Donna have given me a discount code which I want to share with you guys. The link's below the video. I get a little kickback, equivalent to a cup of coffee. So if you want to hit that, that's much appreciated. So let's go into a few more details about this pedal. Now, this is going to be an interesting test drive for me because I've owned looping pedals 3 to 5 times the price of this one. So I was really curious to see what this pedal could do. It's got 2 switches. It's got the record button and it's got the stop start button. And that for me is really important. I think you need that in a looping pedal. When you look at the Donna Circle Looper, you have to think of it with a line down the middle. The right side is all the rhythm section stuff, the drum machine and the metronome, and on the left hand side, that's where all the looping happens. Cool, so that's pretty simple. So let's start with the looping stuff. There's 3 functions on this side of the pedal. Memory, where the loops live, level, which is the volume of the loop, and a fade out option. To change modes, you just click this dial. When you let go, you can then adjust the settings by rotating the dial, and you can see this reflected on the LCD screen. Let's start with the memory mode. You get 40 individual memory slots to record loops, with 4 minutes of recording time available on each slot. After you've recorded a loop or idea, the slot is labelled as recorded, so you clearly know if anything is living on that particular slot. Here's a demo of me recording an entire song form, intro, verse, chorus, which ran for about 90 seconds. I engaged the looper on beat 1, that's the record dub button. Then I stopped the looper with the other button on beat 1 at the end of the form. It stops the recording here, but continues playing. You can visually see how long the loop is in minutes and seconds, and you've got a visual representation of that with this circle moving around on the LCD screen. I fast forwarded the middle of this demo to the end of the loop, so you're not sitting through the entire 90 seconds. Down below El Paso lies what is. So let's see how this dub function works on the pedal. Now I put together a little demo so you can see the process I went through when I was using it. So once I'm happy with this first part, I'll engage the looper. And that gives me the first loop. Now when I hit the dub button, and I didn't actually have anything in mind to play, so I just let it roll around a few more times and get something together. So once I've got something, I engage the dub button and put that down. So I just engage the dub button again, and that overdub will continue playing with the first one. Now, if you want to undo the dub that you just did, you can. You just hold the button down. And then that one's gone. And then I'm just back to the first loop. Now let's talk about the fade out feature on this pedal. It's really simple. You've got a 5-second option, and to be honest, I found that you've really just got to set it to 5 seconds for it to create some kind of fade. And this is what that sounds like. I wouldn't say it's very long. It didn't seem like 5 seconds to me. And this is another thing that I noticed with the TC pedal. You couldn't get a very long fade out going on that pedal either. I actually think that 10 to 15 seconds would be better. So in my mind, you've just got to set this to 5 seconds to get any sort of effect, or just not have it on at all. Let's take a look at the right side of the pedal, the rhythm section side. So it's quite easy accessing either side of the pedal. I mean, if you go back here, you're in the loop side, and then you're back here in the rhythm side. And you've got 3 lights as well. So when you're on the top one, select, that's where the groove patterns live. Now there's 10 styles with 10 loops to each style. Now one of those styles is the metronome. So I guess in a sense there's 9. And if you want to scroll through those loops, I'll just play one first. Right now, if I want to scroll through those loops, I go to 10, and then we're on to the next style, which is rock. We'll go through those, metal, disco, funk, blues. The 6/8 one's quite nice. Hip hop, jazz. I won't play all of these. I'll play a few though, just to give you an idea of the sound quality. And then at 1, we're at the metronome. The metronome I like the sound of because it's just a couple of sticks. To me, that's not an annoying sound. Now, if you want to adjust the volume of that, any of these loops, you just go to the second one, which is volume, and you just rotate this dial. Easy stuff. Oops, pretty loud. All right. And of course, you've got a BPM. If you want to change the BPM, you just roll that across either way. And there's your BPM. Now, inputs and outputs. 2 inputs and 2 outputs. I guess if you want to go stereo, there's quite a few different things you could do there. It's got this extension control input as well, which is for a foot switch, which would even open up more functionality, which leads me to the merger control hold for delete button. This one here that changes color to green. I haven't used this, but you can merge the drum machine as you're looping. So this is where I suspect there's even more to this looper. Now I'll clarify why some of these other pedals didn't work out for me. The main one was the TC Electronics X4 looper. It was just a can of problems. I tried 2 of them because I thought the first one might be a lemon, but it seemed that a lot of people were having the same problems that I was having. The lights would freeze up. You would have to update the firmware via a computer. And I seemed to be doing that all the time, which was really annoying. And of course, if this happens at a gig, you're in trouble. And it did, it happened to me twice. So that was it for me. I let that one go. So I moved on to the Aero looper by Singular Sound. And for some people, that's probably a great looper, but it was just too complicated for me. And I couldn't really justify spending that amount of money. Now with the Boss pedal that I tried, I don't really want to make comparisons there other than the fact that the circle loop is cheaper. And for me, it was easier to use. Being able to use the circle looper straight away. Without having to look at that manual, I was just able to get straight into it. So that's the Donner circle looper, guys. I think it's a great pedal. I mean, for the money, certainly going to be recommending it to my students. And anyone who wants to get into looping as a starting point, you know, I think it's, you know, more than enough. I'd certainly take it out on a gig for what I do, but I think I'll probably be using it a lot to practice and improvise and just noodling around and coming up with ideas. I think it's a great way to get creative. So please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below, and if you've got any questions, just give me a shout. I'd love to try and help you out. Alright guys, have fun, and I'll see you next time.